Hello, everyone. I hope everybody's having a great day. This is Tan from Artemis Oracle. I hope you're all doing well, staying safe. I want to do a collective reading, and I want to see what messages you need to know at this time. Wow, you saw that. All right, we got two cards here. Recognize the signs from above. And it was funny because yesterday when I was doing a live stream, and I did a reading yesterday, and I was mentioning this card because where I'm at, I noticed a couple of signs. You know, the butterfly saying 444, feather, a coin, which I still have in my pocket, and then a butterfly, a white butterfly. So when I went out for breakfast or brunch, I saw a white butterfly. And then we have, this isn't about me. It's just, I love that this card. So there may be certain signs and synchronicities that you need to look out for yourself that relate to you. You know, if you see like these numbers like 444 or any other number that's relative to you, whether it's like your birthday. Hi, Lion Sky. How are you? So if you see your birthday, but in numeric form, or even seeing it like written somewhere, like it could just be the month and the day. Like right now, I'm thinking about March 24th. So if you see 324 or anything like that, then, you know, you may see that may be resonant. You know, it doesn't have to be 222, 111, 323, 455. You know, like it doesn't have to be that. Good. That's good to hear. So yeah, so there could be certain signs that you need to be looking out for, especially if you are asking questions, if there's something that's on your mind and you're looking for some sort of confirmation. But of course, those signs have to be personal to you. It means something to you, you know. And another card that we have, the number 26 may be significant too. Hi, everyone. So number 43, your vibration is rising. This is a great time for spiritual growth for you. You're evolving to occupy a higher energetic frequency. So some of you may be seeing and noticing that your energy levels are up, that you're feeling more positive, you're feeling more optimistic, or even more energized, more motivated to do whatever it is you need to do. I could read the book, but I'm just going to stick to those two cards. So the number 43 reduces down to 7, and then 26 reduces down to 8. So the number 8 may be significant. It could be like your birthday. Like if your birthday is the 8th, something could have happened the 8th. I saw 333 on the clock on my end. I know there's a bit of delay on your end, but for me, it's 333. I just saw. And then what was I saying? You know, it could be the 8th could be something that happened the 8th of a month, the 8th of any month. It could be your birthday or the 7th of the month. Anything. It could be something relevant to you. Some of you could be maybe 26 or maybe 43 years old. So I'm going to read the book. 26. Recognize the signs from above. Here is a curious thing that you souls do while having a human experience. You ask for signs from your guardian angels, from the divine, or from me, Archangel Michael, and then allow life to distract you from seeing them. It's akin to being asleep at the wheel. It's very important to stay alert to all the messages from the universe you receive, especially if you are asking for guidance. Place notes around your home, work, and vehicle that say, stay awake, to remind you to be in the moment every day. Know that the more you pay attention to your life, watchful for signs or synchronicities, the more of them you will see. Some of the symbols most closely associated with the angelic realm are feathers, coins on the ground, white butterflies or moths. And I've been seeing white butterflies since I've been here. And I see them when I'm back home. The number 4 or 444. Right now there's 5 people with 5 likes. Thank you so much. Rainbows, doves, or images of us, angels ourselves. Train your eye to watch for these in your life. Set the intention that if you see any of these signs or experience something exciting out of the blue, you will come out of the trance of daily life. Wake up and then process what you were thinking about when you were snapped out of your thoughts. Your surroundings will contain valuable angelic clues about what you should focus on. As you become more and more aware of all the messages you are continually being sent, you will find that they will help you in all aspects of your daily life on Earth. Okay, so whatever, there could be signs like mentioned here, like 444, butterflies, moths, coins on the floor, rainbows, doves, or even images of angels or feathers, feathers. Okay. The song, I'm listening to, I have music playing, and the song that came up is from League of Legends. I don't know if that means anything to anybody. Ignite. It's a Zed song. I felt like I had to share it because I'm talking, I'm trying to concentrate and reading, but then I hear like that ticking, tick, 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 tick. Some of you may feel like time is running out, time is of the essence, but don't put that pressure on yourself because you don't want to be rushing into something that may not be to your benefit. So it's really important for you to pay attention to the signs that are relevant to you, or even the ones that I just mentioned, because they might be what will give you the proper guidance or let you know or confirm what you need to do. That ticking, it was like tick, tick. If you listen to Zed music, he has this thing with you hear like a ticking in his music. So I don't know if that means something to any of you. It was very distracting. But that's the Ignite song for 2016, League of Legends, World, what? I don't know if they were having like a championship, something like that. So some of you may like games, League of Legends. Are those, I don't know what kind of games those are. It's funny. I don't know how to play. I don't know much about video games. I just... Yeah, I know. Okay, so let me see. But I want to clarify the cards for you. Your vibration is rising because I didn't read that. Oh, see, I got distracted. I like that song. I'm gonna put it on a little bit. Do what da 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 da. Probably gonna get copyright strike. I'm like, no ads allowed. Who cares? I like music. So like the fact that I was on that do or die, some of you may feel like something like that. That may be like a really important decision you have to make. But remember, if it's something, take your time. Don't feel pressured. Don't feel rushed to do something because, like it says, do or die. Some of you, it could be like a last opportunity, like your last chance to do something. But the thing is, you got to think, okay, this is my last chance at this specific thing. Is this going to be worth taking a chance on? Is the risk worth the reward or benefit? Okay, 43. Your vibration is rising. It is possible you have noticed that you're feeling a little different these days. Perhaps you're aware that your actions and thoughts have shifted to a new, more spiritual vibe. Maybe you're finding it easier to have faith. This is because you are currently going through a change in spiritual vibration. The frequency you are tuned into in your human experience is shifting because of the work you have been doing to become stronger, healthier, and more spiritual person. And healthy or spiritual person. Sometimes some people aren't spiritual. Someone who may be landing on this live stream right now may not be like, I'm not spiritual, but you're doing something that's helping your vibration to increase, This can sometimes be a little disorienting, but have no fear. This current vibrational upgrade will be complete soon. Pay attention to the way your body feels, the emotions you're experiencing, and the thoughts running through your mind. Talk out loud to your guardian angels and me as you start to have new and interesting experiences. I would say, because like I said, there may be some people who aren't really spiritual. If you don't really believe in angels and stuff, even just talking out loud to yourself, that does something, because you're putting out your words, you're taking it out. Instead of holding it in, you're allowing yourself to speak something into, it doesn't have to be into existence, but if that's what you want, yeah, you can do that. But it's more so like, kind of like a cathartic experience, because there may be something that you may be holding back that you haven't. I don't know why I'm stopping reading the book to say this, but there may be something that you are holding back from saying, and that could be lowering your vibration. But if there's something that you've been holding back that kind of has kept you a little bit stagnant, you even speaking it out loud, if saying like this is something that you need to say to somebody, but you're not ready to have that conversation, then you may consider just pretending, like acting out that conversation you will have with that person, just to get out whatever it is that you're feeling, whatever it is that you're thinking about a situation, and just to get it out of your system. Hello, Shaq, how are you? All right, so let me continue reading. Let me read it again. Talk out loud to your guardian angels and me as you start to have new and interesting experiences. Tell us what you'd like to bring into your life, as well as what you'd like to remove, so that we can make those things a part of your new vibrational reality. I'm good, and you, Fintube? If you feel uncomfortable, take a salt bath to clear your aura of the old energy, especially if you just had a nice workout. A salt bath is really good for your muscles. Like get some Epsom salt, like soak. Okay, take a salt bath to clear your aura of the old energy that is being pushed out by your frequency shift. Be excited about what is to come, and don't worry. These changes are for your highest good. So some of you could be experiencing an uptick in your energy. And that is, the book is basically giving you, or the message for that specific card is giving you ways to continue to kind of get that energy out of you, like push it out of your frequency. I would say, like, I'm only talking about myself, because just so maybe share an experience. Lately, for me, I've been feeling a lot more peaceful. And I was sitting somewhere and I was like, what the hell? This is the first time I've ever experienced peace. I've kind of used to chaos, even the chaos within. But lately, I haven't been feeling that. So it's like, remember, I grew up in like I was not treated the best. And it carried over into my adulthood and the type of relationships or dynamics or experiences I've had. And they weren't always the best, and kind of like really brought down my energy. But I feel like I'm more peaceful than I have been in a long time. And it's very weird because I'm not used to it. And that's like a way of my energy, my frequency shifting, because it's like I'm overcoming or moving to a different level where I no longer resonate with those things that cause stress. So I'm using that as an example because it's like I'm sensing something different within me, but I wasn't sure what it was until I actually sat down and I was thinking, and I was like, wow, is this what peace feels like? I had to call somebody and ask them. I was like when because this person I called, they've gone through like a worse shit than me. And I asked him, like, but I think I mentioned this before. He's like, no, like he's used to it. I'm like, but how? And then I remember his moon sign. He's a Taurus moon. So I'm like, yeah, you grounded motherfucker. You're lucky. Like me, have a Leo moon. I'm very like egoistic, and sensitive, but it's like, I feel different in a good way, really. Oh, yeah. There. So I love how people like to take away from the message. So, like I said, if you say something stupid, bye-bye. Okay. All right. So what I wanted to do was to clarify the cards. So like I gave that as an example because to be at a point where you feel peace when all you've experienced has been chaos, either in your external environment or even internally, it's like it's different. I don't know, like the best way to explain it. I don't know if any of you know what I mean, but let's see. Or it's just you're more optimistic too. Like maybe you were someone who was more pessimistic. You're always worrying, always the worst case scenario. But you're shifting and you're being more optimistic and thinking about like, oh, what if this happened? But it's in an exciting way, not like fear-based, but it's more like, oh my gosh, like the possibilities, of what if that happened and then it leads to that, and then, but it's like good things, it could be like that. Okay. But definitely like those are different ways, like soaking yourself, cleansing your energy, like moving away from being apathetic. Maybe some of you haven't really been emotionally connected to things, and that's one of the things that could be shifting too. You're like coming out of this detached energy. Okay, I had to address something because of that person's comment. Why do men feel the need to talk about a woman's body? Just so you know, that kind of gives off abusive, manipulative, narcissistic, because even if you put in a comment, you're like, oh, chubby and nice. But the thing is, what the hell does my chubbiness have to do with anything? So if I see any comments like that, I'm already going to mark you as like a bad person. You're a narcissist, manipulative, possibly abusive type of person, because only certain types of men target or pinpoint on a woman's appearance. Okay, so if you don't want to come off as an asshole, don't make a comment about a woman's body. Okay, I'm just saying it, putting it out there. Okay, so because that already puts you in that bad guy territory, the guy to look out for. Okay, so I'm saying that to a small man who wants to be big like a basketball player. You're a little man. Mini man. All right, so 5 of Cups. So, I mean, 5 of Cups. Oh, I thought this was the 4 of Cups. Well, you know what's interesting though? Because I did think this was the 4 of Cups. And the 4 of Cups is about detachment and feeling like being numb or bored or not really connecting, emotionally connecting to anything. But when you're going through the 5 of Cups, you are starting to connect to your emotions. So some of you could have come out of this, like maybe you felt like you had to guard your heart, protect yourself because of something that happened. But then it's like now you're allowing yourself to experience the emotions, reflect on some situation that may have been disappointing to you, that may have, because you see here, she's looking at these 3 shells that are tipped over, and then she has these 2 shells that are up. So we know how the 5 of Cups is, someone who's crying over spilled milk, crying over something that has happened, but they can't take back, So it's like now you're allowing yourself to go through the motions, to reflect. But then it's like, don't get stuck in this energy either. So some of you could also be moving out of this energy, which is sadness, depression, regret, anything like that, grief. Hopefully some of you have not lost anybody. And if you did, I'm so sorry for your loss. So some of you may be coming out of that energy, which aligns with your vibration is rising, because whenever you're in this low vibrational energy, which is sadness, depression, anger, rage, even apathy, when you're not, then that lowers your vibration. But if you're coming out of that energy, then your vibration starts to increase for the better. So some of you may be reconnecting to life, reconnecting to friends, reconnecting to family, because you may have isolated yourself in some way. Okay, yeah. I love this because look what came out, 3 of Cups. Yeah. Something could have happened between you and friends, family, people that you care about, who you really connect to. But this could also be that you're reconnecting with people, which is what it's like you're going from the 5 of Cups to the 3 of Cups. So some of you, your energy could be like now you're reconnecting with your friends. You're feeling better. You're feeling more like yourself. It's giving me a depression vibes too. And I think it's because you have been doing the work. Because I see the 8 of Pentacles here. And this card came out. But after, you saw that whole mess that happened right there. But the King of Swords is someone who is looking at things from a logical standpoint, looking at the facts. And this lighting is terrible. I'm like looking and I'm like, fuck, this light is bad. I'm sorry, I got distracted. But the King of Swords is someone who is very intellectual, logical, honest, has integrity. but takes the emotions out of situations. For some of you, if there was that Five of Cups, some disappointing situation, maybe you took your emotions out of it to look at things logically, and you're seeing things clearly, and that's what's helping you move away from this Five of Cups energy back into the Three of Cups energy, where you're more like you're reconnecting with your friends, reconnecting with the things that you love, that make you happy. But then I feel like some of you have been doing some sort of work. You maybe have been nurturing, caring for yourself, pouring into yourself, because you see the sunflowers there. He has this little, whatever that is, watering can. I think that's what it's called. And he's watering the flowers. So I feel like there could be a sense of renewal within you as well. Because you see, it's like, this is what you've already invested, right? When you think about the Seven of Pentacles. But then here is where you're watering something new. And it's like, maybe it's like a new version of you, a new phase you're entering. And you're like, okay, maybe in the past, I haven't been as careful or as discerning in the past. And now it's like, I want to be careful. I want to pour my energy towards something new, but I want to pour it in the right way. You know, you don't want to do like, maybe in the past you half-ass things, and now you're like, I'm going to do it more intentional. So I feel like you're maybe more intentional with what you're doing now. And that's what's bringing some sort of renewal within yourself, and also an uptick with your vibration. Magician. Some of you may be manifesting something. With the signs recognize the signs from above. I'm sorry, this song. Have you ever heard the song from Audio Slave? Like a Stone. I'm sorry, I love music so much. I love music so much. And the Ace of Cups came out. I'm gonna put it back, okay? But I'm showing it to you. Ace of Cups. Some of you may be manifesting something. And that could be why you're being more intentional, because you may be thinking about exactly what it is you want. And you want to make sure that you're doing everything you can to pour into it. Not in an obsessive way, but more a very strategic, intentional way. You know, because if you look at the rest of those sunflowers, they look all, they're beautiful, but they're not like as beautiful and as this new one. It's brighter. So this is stuff, maybe past accomplishments you made, and now you're doing something new, and you're like, I'm going to do it differently. I learned so much from the past. I see what works, what doesn't work. And you're like approaching things differently. So you're pouring into it differently. You're more intentional. Maybe the other times you weren't as intentional. It's just like, it is what it is. I'll do the best I can, or I'll half-ass it or anything. But it's like, no, whatever this is for you, whatever this manifestation may be for you, if you are trying to manifest, it's like you're being it's like you're taking your time. You're not rushing the process. You're wanting to see results, but you're looking for very specific results. Okay. Sorry about the Magician, because I put it under recognize the signs from above. Maybe because you may be connecting more to your intuition, or you may be getting some ideas or inspiration from somewhere. And that's like, yeah, they got the King of Pentacles here. This is someone who focuses on their future. They working towards their future. They've already put in the time and energy towards creating a life of stability, a life of luxury, whatever that is for you. Not everybody wants the all white house, with the marble counters and all that, everybody has different ideas of what luxury is. Like some of us, we want to live in a cottage. That's luxury for us. And other people want to live in a beach house, But it's like whatever luxury means to you. It's like maybe that's what you're doing. Like you're thinking more about your future and then looking at the long term. Like maybe you had goals in the past and they were more short-term goals, but this one is like the one that's leading up to like your ultimate goal. Like your dream life, dream job, dream career, dream business, whatever it is, dream vacation, whatever it is for you. It's because it's different for everybody, but it's about stability. It's about security. It's about commitment, consistency, direction, where you want to go and how you're going to get there. Are you willing to put in the work? Are you willing to put in the work? You've done it before, but this is different this time. This is something that, because maybe in the past, I'm looking at the 3 of Cups because I don't want to not, because that matters. But I feel like you're getting your spark back. You're coming back to life, because you move past whatever apathy, disappointment, regret, and you've healed from that. And I think that it's because you had to look at things clearly, and see what really matters. What brings joy into your life? Because that's what the 3 Cups is. It could be friends, it could be family, it could be whatever it is that you want to do. What you want to put your efforts toward, that's going to make you be in this high vibrational energy, right? Of being, like you see, she's dancing. You want to feel free. You want to enjoy your life, but you also want to be doing what you love, right? But then it's like, that's where the consistency and commitment is coming in, So I didn't want to lose, I didn't want to lose this, because this is the most important thing. Because you can have a stable, secure life, but what is it if you ain't got joy? If you're not happy in it, or you don't feel good in it, because probably that's what it was before. Maybe you were doing things to impress other people, to look good to other people, but it didn't feel good to you. Like you kind of put yourself in a box, and that you may be coming out of that box, maybe having regrets that like, damn it, why I betrayed myself? Why was I, wasting my time doing things to impress other people? But I was slowly killing myself. You know what I mean? Like you're taking your energy and pouring it towards something that really doesn't do any good. It's giving you a lot of experience, with the 8 of Pentacles here. You have those 7 Pentacles where you learned a lot. You saw what you're able to do, where you're able to grow when you put your dedication towards it. But then it's like, now, what if it's something that I love and I give a fuck about? Imagine how that's going to be, when you're not even thinking about how it's going to look to other people, but you're being authentic with yourself, genuine with yourself. You're not betraying yourself or denying yourself, because in the past, you connected to a lot of people or you had like great experiences. But the thing is like, it wasn't what you really, really, truly want for yourself. Look at the 3 of Pentacles came out. So it's like you're collaborating. If you are being you feel more spiritual, and spirituality isn't like only tarot cards and crystals and meditations. It's also connecting with God and angels, because some people don't like tarot cards. For me, I'm a very visual person. So tarot cards really help me with getting messages for myself that I need, but it's also allowing me to find messages that you may need and that you need to hear whenever you come across this live stream, because this is a timeless reading, So it's like, it's telling me a story of what you need to know. Some of you may need to know. It may not resonate with everybody, but this is about you collaborating with spirit. This is you collaborating with God, angels, but also with yourself. With whatever it is that you want for yourself. It's because now you may be at this place where you're like, I need to focus and do the things that make me happy and help me create the life that I envision for myself. Like, you could have already created a life of stability and structure and, but you're like, but how can I maintain this or even get this? How can I get this? Because some of you may not feel that way right now. You're like, how can I do this, but be able to sustain it, right? How will I be able to sustain this stability, security for myself? And it's when you're doing something that you love, something that you care about, Like they say, you will never work a day of your life when you're doing something you love, right? When you're doing something you love, you never work a day of your life. You know, so it's like some of you are maybe reconnecting to that too, reconnecting to what it is that brings you joy, but can also bring you stability, and that you can use all your experience, because it's not anything you've done in the past is not wasted, because you learn from it. You learn what you're capable of. You learn new skills. You met people that, you know, can help you along the way towards whatever you're visioning now for yourself. The experience is invaluable, regardless if you have regret on it. And that may be where the clarity is setting in too. We're like, yeah, I wasted time. But then it's like, no. All right, how did I waste my time? Did I learn anything from the situation? Yeah, I learned how this is. I learned about this. I learned I'm a troubleshooter. I know how to find solutions. I know how to manage money. I know how to do research. I know all this, whatever it is. Stuff that you probably didn't experience, like those hard skills, but also those soft skills that you need. But you can use it to your benefit to create whatever it is you want for yourself, you know, because all that experience you had is not a waste at all, you know, even if it may have been traumatic, scary, and even life-threatening. The fact that you're made it to the other side is a testament of your strength, your will, your determination, your courage. I'm just reminding some of you who may feel like that and may have experienced really tough shit. It's tough shit, you know. And tough shit is different for everybody. You know, it's not a tough shit competition, you know. Like, I did this, I went through that. Oh no, but this is worse. No, we don't do that here, you know. Because remember, everybody's situation is different, you know. And who decides what's worse? Something can seem worse, but the thing is, it's like, it's different for everybody. Like, somebody could go through one thing and then somebody's like, oh, that doesn't mean shit. That's nothing. But it could have meant a lot. It hurt somebody a lot. Another person a lot. You know what I mean? Like, one experience may impact two different people in different ways. Two people in different ways. Let me rephrase that. One traumatic experience, and I'm you know what, let me take the traumatic part out, because one person may not even think of it as traumatic and another person will. So one experience may have two different implications or impacts on people, those two people, because some people are more logical, some people are more emotional, you know, than others. Okay. Look at that. And it's funny because I'm talking about heartbreak. I'm not talking about heartbreak. But I'm talking about like stuff that hurt you in the past, you know? Like, think about it. Like, I had a dummy say something, and I honestly don't know if that was his intention, but any guy that says something about a woman's body or even a woman's weight, you're kind of giving, like I said, bad guy vibes. Even a woman talking about another woman's weight. That's not a good person. You're a little vibrational. Okay, because it's like you want to hurt somebody. So like, see, he said that, and I don't know his intention, but I'm gonna say he looks like an asshole, right? But I look at it, I was like, that's him. He's an asshole. Me, that didn't hurt me because I know he's an asshole for saying that, right? But somebody else, they'll probably be upset or cry over what somebody said. So maybe in the past I would have been like that. But then now knowing that any guy that talks to a woman about their weight, their body, is an asshole. So that's a him issue, not a me issue. So, but some people may take it to heart and it may hurt them. So that's a good example of how, you know, somebody could cause somebody. So some of you could have experienced some sort of sadness, heartbreak that lent to this 5 of Cups energy, you know, where there's regret. I wonder if they're having regret. I'm just joking. Okay. I saw the devil in the bottom of the deck. So ladies, if there's ladies watching, a guy says anything about your weight, cut him off. Don't talk to him. He's abusive. Okay? I'm learning this. Like, though I never had men talk about my weight. Until I got on the internet. But not in person. They may say shit behind my back, but nobody says something to my face, you know? But let's see. But I'm just like a hint. Anybody talk to you like that? Get away from him. That's a red flag. Okay, so but I'm giving an example about the Three of Swords. The Three of Pentacles with the Three of Swords. Some of you maybe even reflecting on how you've probably, it could be, like I said, that you could be looking back at the past and how you may have betrayed yourself. Maybe not done the things that you really did, done things you really didn't want to do because you may have been trying to impress other people. Yeah. Look at this, the Page of Cups. It's like, now you know, okay, no, I got to focus on what it is I love. I have to go after what I love. But the Page of Cups is somebody who's young. This could be something new to you, you know, like you're finally at this place where you're like, I know what I love. I know what I care about, you know? And that's, to be in that energy is, that if you've never been in that energy before, is, it's kind of putting you in a vulnerable place, but not like where you're in danger, but more so it's like full like energy, but it's like a good energy, because with the sun coming out, it's like very positive. It's like, yeah, you're following your heart. You're following your heart song, but then it's going to lead to you feeling a sense of freedom, independence, happiness, joy. It brings a lot of clarity too. And it takes you out of that heartbreak energy, that Three of Swords energy. Okay, let's see what else comes out. Queen of Wands, you're feeling more confident about yourself, going after what it is that drives you, that brings you, hey, Christy, how are you? Going after what brings you joy, like what makes you happy, what makes you feel confident and secure in yourself, regardless of your gender. I know it's a feminine energy on the card, but remember, we embody both. The Queen of Wands is someone that is taking on a leadership role. You know, this is a creative. But remember, when you're thinking about the type of life you want to live, one with stability, security, legacy, abundance, with the King of Pentacles, it's going to require you to be brave too, you know, be courageous. You calling me baby? Oh my God. Yeah, the Queen of Wands is just someone who is just in this creative leadership role, empowered, going after what they want. Also strong-willed, because you see those bulls behind her? They don't take no shit, right, Christy? You don't take no shit. And the Queen of Wands is a fire sign energy, you know? The fire signs, it's like they have this light that, like, they operate off their solar plexus and their heart chakra, you know? Yeah, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So we got Leo here with the sun. I think we're still in Leo season, right? Yeah, we are until the 22nd, I think. That's the last day. We have Gemini energy. The King of Pentacles is Earth sign. There's Virgo, Capricorn energy. So those may be signs. Even the King of Swords, Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. What else? Some of you may be doing something different with your hair. You may be coloring it like a fashion color, like blue, orange, purple, red. We got strength here with Leo. Yes, confidence, taming that beast, taming your fears, but also like being brave. King of Wands. Oh, wow. So yeah, you're definitely like feeling empowered, feeling brave, going after what you want. A very strong Leo energy here, because the King of Wands is Leo. But it could be any fire sign energy. It doesn't have to be the signs, because remember, it's the energy. We embody all of the signs energies depending on the situation we're experiencing. Some situations require us to be brave and courageous and, speak up for ourselves, and that's fire energy. The King of Swords energy is where you have to be very logical, really think things through, do research. And then other situations may require you to be grounded, emotionally grounded, very focused, but also steady, calm and steady, very strategic, not move very quickly, but be more, not strategic, but there's another word where you're not rushing through things, but you're taking your time. Could be seeing things from a different perspective too, And that happens too when you're the change of perception is also what causes a vibrational shift within you too, because if you start to look at things like, yeah, I went through this, but what did I learn from it? Okay, then if I experience this again, I know I'm going to be okay. I already know how to handle the situation. I'm confident I'll handle the situation different, because how you would do it next time, right? With the confidence, you'll know what you want to say. You will know what you want to do. You know what you want to wear, how you want to look, how you present yourself, right? Because you want to give off. You want to embody that, of course, but you want that to reflect. But if you are feeling confident and courageous and brave, then that is going to come through, See, I feel like there's something you're manifesting, you're working on. It's some sort of wish, but it's tied to something that you really care about, that you love, brings you joy, but it's also going to lead you to stability, but it's going to require you to be confident in yourself. Do it, what they say, do it while you're afraid. So it's you may have a fear, but it's do it anyway. And this is for you going after a dream, not you going doing some risky shit. Because I'm not telling you to go do some anything reckless. This is something that's going to bring you closer to what it is you want. Remember I mentioned the 4 cups? You definitely are moving out of that 4 cups. You're detaching from that energy, but also you could be turning turning down offers that don't resonate with you, that don't bring you happiness, that kind of takes you out of this energy, because this could have been what you experienced before. You got into situations, you've done things, and then you lost your taste for, or you have that regret, or you're no, you want offers, you want experiences, you want opportunities, you want people who are going to do this to you, put you in the happy, high vibrational, joyful state. You want to feel ecstatic. You want to feel enthusiastic. You want to feel good, excited, all that stuff. You don't want things that put you in this energy, and you may be also, which is the apathetic energy. You don't want anything that doesn't align with you. You're going to be very selective with what you're choosing, because you know now what it is that you want. And you're no longer going to negotiate your dreams or negotiate anything with anyone if it goes against what you truly want and desire for yourself, right? This is for whoever it resonates with. Yeah, this is what you want. I said stability, but you want this 10 of Pentacles, right? But you want this too. You want to feel good, It's, the most important thing too, it's also, if you've been in an experience where you haven't really felt stable or secure, that takes away from you being in a place where you can feel joy, experience joy, so some of you, this could be what you ultimately want, right? You just want security. You want to feel safe. You want to feel good where you are, but you not you have to always look over your shoulder, you always have to worry about something coming up and all that. You want to be in the stable place. And then once you're there, then this is when you can experience that joy, because now you can put your guard down. So for some of you, you could have experienced a lot of heartbreak, maybe even trauma, a lot of situations that kind of kept you on your toes, but not in a good way, more like in an anxious, anxiety-inducing, stress-inducing way where you couldn't really relax, and you just want to relax. You just want to feel secure where you are. You want to feel grounded where you are. You want to probably even feel rooted. And then when you find that for yourself, that's when you're allowed to experience that joy, because now you can really like put down your guard and open yourself up to something. Allow yourself to feel happy, because maybe in the past there were things that you thought would make you happy. Like I said, you may have been doing things to make other people happy, or like just to be seen in a certain way. But it could have been like also other people that you thought would make you happy, like being with them would make you happy, or being with them, like, you know what I mean? I keep repeating myself. And you're like realizing, no, I want more. I want stability. I want security. I want grounded, I don't want like momentary happiness. I want long-term happiness. But it has to come from a stable, consistent source. And you're also realizing too, that that's going to have to come from within you. The happiness, that joy, stability, security, you're going to have to create it for yourself. You can't expect somebody else to do that for you, because that's where the dependency happens. Because guess what? If the person you're dependent on to bring you happiness, to bring you security, if they decide, I don't want to be with you anymore, where are you going to be? You're going to go back to square one, where you feel unstable, insecure, unhappy, and then, no, you have to realize you have to create that for yourself. You have to do that for yourself. That's the best gift you could ever give yourself, because that's what makes you unfuckable. What? Unfuckable? Unfuckwithable? I think that's a better. We want to be fuckable to the right people, right? I'm sorry. Hey, Teresa, how are you? We want to be affable to the right people, right? But after we are secure and grounded and at peace by ourselves, and then we let people in that or person and not people, we don't want to be having that. Too many people affable with us, But this is more like, you want to be unshakable. Like, you don't want to be letting people in, and then if you're like, oh yeah, this person isn't for me, you could kick them out and they have no impact on you, because that's how grounded and secure and confident you are in yourself. Because you deserve more. You deserve more than what you received, and you deserve to be who you are and live the life that you truly want without compromising or negotiating your dreams to benefit someone else. We do that a lot when we work for other people, you mean like fucking overworking and you're not even benefiting from it. I mentioned this before. It's like, I said this to a friend, do you live to work or you work to live? That's a question you should ask yourself, And also, sometimes you have to do the work so that you can actually live, so you can enjoy and experience your life the way you want to, the way you would want, create the life that you would want to experience, that you will be proud of, because it's yours, not somebody else's. Not because somebody else is like, oh, this and that, like, oh my gosh, you look awesome, or you're doing great, or whatever. Like, it's nice to hear that confirmation, but you should already know, like, yeah, I already validated that for myself, but thank you for confirming what I already know, But I feel like this is it. But like, in order for some of you, like I said, you had to create that first before you can actually start to feel like happy. So some of you, I would say, some of you could also be at that place too, but you're not really paying attention. You're not in the present moment. Maybe you're very much focused on what it is next that you want to do. Sometimes you got to take a step back and look at what you've already built for yourself and be proud of what you've done and created for yourself. And if you do that and don't feel that sense of satisfaction, then it's like, okay, then what area do I need to work on or to change so that I can get to that point where I'm like, wow, I'm really proud of the life I built for myself. I'm proud of all the stuff that I've accomplished, and not because of how it makes you look to other people, but how you feel and look when you look in the mirror. Like, I'm looking in the mirror right now. I don't see myself. I see the bed, but you want to be able to look at yourself and be proud of what you've done, what you've built, what you've created for yourself, But it may also require you to reflect on If you're not happy, what is it that will bring you happiness? What is it that would make you feel proud of yourself? You know, it could be about anything. But I feel like I'm harping too much on that. So I'm gonna see what advice we could get. I feel like I have been giving advice, but let's see what the cards say. Let's get this next one. What advice do you have for the collective? What advice do you have for the collective? Hey, Connie, how are you? Thank you all for being here. Thank you for the likes. I truly appreciate you. If you're new to my channel, my name is Tan. Artemis Oracle is my channel. I'm an Oracle and Tarot card reader. Okay, first card of advice, Knight of Wands. Pursue the things that you're passionate about. Do the things that you're passionate about. Oh, my nose is itching. Because the Knight of Wands, walk away from the things that no longer serve you. You saw those cards fell. You got the Eight of Cups here. You got to turn your back. Like, leave behind things that no longer serve you and go towards what will. What lights a fire in you. Because whatever you're walking away from has depleted you emotionally. And your emotional energy is so important. You know, because if you're feeling depressed and sad, regretful, you're stuck because you can't, like, I know people can have functional depression, but are you really living? You know, you're going through the motions, but some of you may really need to move away from that energy, you know, because you don't want to be just going through the motions. You want to feel that spark for life again, you know, that spark for life. You may have dealt with situations that may have been unfair to you, but like I always say, when I say that you got to impart your own justice, you got to do what's right and fair for you because nobody else is going to do that. You know, people can treat you fairly. People can be honest, truthful with you. But the thing is, like, have you been honest and truthful with yourself? You know, and you definitely need to move away from conflict. Anything that not only has been emotionally draining, but has been mentally exhausting too, has been messing with your peace. That's something that you need to reconcile. You need to come to terms with, and you need to restore balance within yourself. Also think about what, you know, like if a situation, being in a situation or an experience or in a relationship, is it fair to you? Is there some sort of balance? Is there an imbalance? Where can you bring balance? Stay in a situation, relationship, or whatever it is. Could it possibly, like, what can you do? But is it the other person? Because you don't want to be doing everything, because then that's an imbalance right there. Whatever it is. So if there's a situation you're dealing with, regardless if it's in work space, even family space, friend space, love space, you got to do what's right for you. You know, what brings fairness, where there's balance, where you're not overdoing it and you are not emotionally or mentally drained because of it, because you have to be at peace. In order to experience peace, there has to be an experience of balance, you know, because an imbalance is in disharmony. There's disharmony, you know. Yeah, like some of you, like if there's something that's kept you in this anxiety space, this, like I said, like depression, sadness, regret, you know, something that's keeping you up at night, something that you may be overthinking, something you did or said that you wish you could take back, you have to work through that, you know, which is the Five of Cups energy. You know, you have to reflect on it, evaluate it, look at it for what it is, and then try to find some sort of, look at it from a logical space, you know, but not where you're like anxious or worried, but more like with clarity, you know, because you're seeing things for what they truly are rather than being dishonest with yourself. Maybe some of you have reached this point where you're like, I can't take this anymore. Like, this is just too much. But then it's like, okay, then what can I do to change it? What is it that I can do? because there's only things you can do. You know, you could speak up for yourself. You could leave the situation and not have that confrontation that some of you may even need to have, because one of the cards says to speak to your angels and stuff. But like I said, some of you could be holding something in that maybe something you want to say to somebody, but you don't want to have that confrontation. But okay, fine, don't have that confrontation with that person, but you could have it with them energetically, where you can speak it out to yourself. Get the words out, release it, let it be a process of catharsis. That shit just came up in my mind. Process of catharsis. Let it be cathartic, allow you to release those emotions, those thoughts, those feelings that you're experiencing that's keeping you in this energy. Process it, evaluate it, and then release it. But it's a matter of being logical too, but don't over analyze it. Over intellectual. Look, oh my God, look, I said over analyze. And that's what this Eight of Swords is. It's like you're trapped in your mind. It's a trap of your own making. Remember, you can free yourself from those thoughts, and feelings. But the advice is, there's something that if there's something that you're feeling no longer attached to emotionally, like you've already been emotionally depleted from something that has been disturbing your peace, your best bet is to go leave a situation that isn't emotionally aligned to you. Because remember, the Eight of Cups is leading to the Two of Cups, which is an alignment, right? It's that alignment. So you go after what it is you want to pursue. Follow it. I know this is the Knight of Wands, but I'm thinking like you have to follow your heart. Like what lights that fire under your belly? But like when we think of like the lion, that's Leo energy. We always think about like the cowardly lion. I don't know. We always think that. I know, like when I think about the lion, sometimes I think about a specific deck, actually, that has a lion. I think it's a lion with a heart. It's the Allison. No. It's the Journey into Oz and Wonderland deck. And there's a lion, and I think the lion has a heart. I think it's supposed to be like the cowardly lion. I'm visualizing that. I see the heart, the red heart, the lion. But then also in that deck, it shows a lion in the Eight of Swords. It shows a lion that's trapped. Like it has these swords around him. So that's why I'm thinking you got to follow your heart, move away from anything that isn't like, see, moving towards happiness, the sun, which showed up here. So that's the advice. Move away from anything that doesn't like excite you, motivate you. Find balance where you need to, restore balance, impart justice for yourself if you have to. And then Six of Swords, move and go towards peace. Move away from conflict. It could be internal conflict or conflict that you may be experiencing with other people. Or like I said, internal. It could be internal conflict, emotional or mental conflict that you may be experiencing internally, right? With the overthinking and stuff. But oh my God. I'm sorry. I keep going because I see the Knight of Cups. I already saw this, but the Knight of Cups is like to follow your heart. So, and I was saying that too about the Knight of Wands, because you see, follow your heart, follow your passions. And then what was I saying? That the Eight of Cups, you're going towards Two of Cups, the alignment, the wish fulfillment. And then Ten of Cups. Look at that. Nine of Cups and Ten of Cups. The Hermit. You got to go within. Go within. Take time to yourself. Take a break. Introspect. Reflect. Meditate. Do whatever you need to do. Just to go within yourself. Like really give yourself the time and space to process whatever it is that you need to process outside of a situation. But then this is what's going to help you take control, take authority over your life, And it's funny because underneath was the Four of Swords, which is like take a break, rest, get away, isolate if you have to. But it's not like an isolation where you're feeling like excluded or anything, but it's more like a selective isolation where you're giving yourself some time and space to really process whatever you're experiencing, whatever decision you have to make. But I hope that everything was helpful to all of you in some way or another. You know, like there's so many different messages that I got from this reading, and they may not all resonate with you, but there may be some. So if you are watching this live stream now at the tail end, I'll read the first two cards again, the angel cards, and I clarified with tarot too. So 43, your vibration is rising. And 26, recognize the signs from above. So this message, this reading may have a message that you need to hear, especially if you're feeling some sort of vibrational shift within you. You're entering a time of peace, or you're feeling like you're wanting more for yourself, or you feel like you could do more, you could want more. There may be a message in here for you. Okay, so some of you, I would say look out for the signs, coins, feathers, butterflies, angel numbers, synchronous numbers, or numbers that have a specific meaning to you. It doesn't have to be only like 111 or 222 and etc. It doesn't have to be those specific numbers. It could be like your date of birth. It could be like your whatever number is important to you. You know, that is because remember, some of the signs that we see may be like all these signs that are showing in the card, like the dove, the coin, the feather, the butterfly, the 444. But there could be other signs that are very personal to you, you know, and some of you may have passed on loved ones that you may associate with certain things too. So that could be your sign or synchronicity. That could be your confirmation. But make sure that when you are talking to your angels, or even just talking out loud, because some people don't believe in angels, but just talk out loud and ask for a sign. And it could be something very specific that only you will know. And if you see it, then you know that will be your confirmation of whatever you may be asking about. Okay, so I hope this reading was helpful to you all in the best way possible. I've been off for an hour. Wow, I could talk a lot. This is what happens when your throat chakra opens. But I probably will go live later on today or this evening. So thank you so much for the likes. Thank you for being here. Thank you for just everything. I really appreciate you all, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day wherever you are. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Love and light. Bye, everyone.